course. Hello. Oh my God.
Peggy.
Bruh, there's
Hi.
there's not room for you up here.
Yes, there is. There's always room for Peggy. That's why her name is And Peggy.
And Peggy, because there's always room for Peggy. Stop.
Always room for Peggy.
She did this yesterday during all my meetings. She was just jumping on here, and I was like typing in the chat. It was gibberish because she was standing on the keyboard. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
You're not giving her enough attention, obviously.
She's on the back of the chair.
I can't see her. It just looks like you're looking at nothing.
You can see her in between my headphones.
No.
I bought her so many toys because it's only in the morning. She wants to play, play, play. And I'm like, I have meetings, dog, cat, whatever.
She don't care.
So,
She just
y'all,
don't care.
this is Gateway Anime Podcast. I don't know if they knew that.
Oh yeah, Gateway Anime Podcast. I'm Lauren.
I'm Bridget, and it's the morning.
It's the morning. We're not morning people.
Lauren has to work, so we had to
Um,
record in the
I
morning.
do. It's okay. We'll make it quick. These episodes are very
They're kind of fillery.
yeah, like all four of them were very
I mean, one of them was like, I mean, I guess two, they do character explorations, but like backstory character.
yeah, and that's fine.
It's
But
just a
for
lot
like
for
four
our
episodes in a
four.
row,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
I was wondering why
Um,
I wasn't as into these episodes, and I was like, oh, they're all like filler.
yeah, I wasn't super into them either. I do like Kyoya's Reluctant Day Out just because I like Kyoya. So it's nice for him to get like his own little
Episode.
thing. Yeah, but uh, it's all of the other ones.
It's rough.
But if you made it through it, you're partway there. It's gonna be quick. Here's your summary for episode 17. Kyoya's reluctant day out. Kyoya finds himself spending a day at a department store with Haruhi, but he's in a bad mood and completely out of his element. That's it.
Same. All right, here we go. Kiyoya, who is notoriously bad-tempered in the morning, is dragged half asleep by the host club into a department store and accidentally abandoned by the host club. He didn't go to sleep. Oh my God, Peggy. This can't happen all episode, dog. He didn't go to sleep until 5 a.m. And honestly, same. Not a morning person, didn't go to sleep until really late slash early. So the host club is wanting to study the life of commoners. This is horrible. And therefore understand more about Haruhi. Great intention, bad execution. They all wander off and accidentally leave Kyoya sleeping on a bench in the mall.
I just
Well,
leave him there.
they
I
just
don't know how.
accident great intentions, bad execution. So they luckily no, I've just skipped like 5 bullet points. Here we go. When he wakes up, Kyoya notices that he is without a wallet or a cell phone, and he's hungry and he's grumpy and he's basically just staring at the wall. There's like a map, and he's just trying to figure out, what do I do? Could you hear Peggy in the background?
No,
Oh, I
I'm
could hear her.
hearing
It's just
nothing.
this saddest back there. She's standing, she doesn't like closed doors. And the laundry room door is closed because it's like a wall. If I leave it open, you can't get to the bedroom or the bathroom or the kitchen. And she's just standing at the door screaming at it. Anyway,
Why does
so
she care about what's in the laundry room?
she just doesn't like closed doors. The doors have to be open or else she'll scream at them.
That's stupid.
She's a parking lot cat. You can't bring
Hmm.
logic into this, Lauren. You own two dogs that are just
You're
sweet,
right.
sweet dummies in the cutest way.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay, so luckily Haruhi is at the department store because Haruhi really likes shopping. And I mean, she tends to shop a lot more than the boys in the show.
No, if she does like shopping, I think she likes deals.
She plays Deal or No Deal at the department store. Um,
Yeah.
So they spend the day kind of learning about each other. They go to a fast food shop, and Kyoya is not nearly as smooth as what he usually is, and is keeping everyone at a distance and is super grumpy. He like snaps at the cashier, and Haruhi's like, "I'm so sorry. Could we have the receipt?" Like, it's definitely have been there in that situation where you're like have to apologize for a friend, and you're just like, I want to die. Um, so
Yeah.
while they're sitting there eating, Kiyoya reveals that he is the youngest of three sons of the Otori family. And as such, he finds it a challenge to surpass his exemplary brothers, because of course, if he's like the bottom of the totem pole of his family, like I don't their others must be like it's perfect or James Bond or something.
Hmm.
In order to meet his father's high expectations. He had heard others having their doubts about him becoming the head of the family, which was like the motto for like these all these filler episodes, backstory episodes about these people. Um, so while wandering around, they encounter a vendor who is advertising fake pottery as genuine artwork. There's a woman who's about to purchase something from him, and Kyoya steps in and reveals both his knowledge of the art and the vendor's trickery. There's no certificate of authenticity, and he says, "Oh, well, we'll just call my family's art broker to double check." And the guy panics, and then they all reveal that it's a fraud, and then he gets taken out of the shop. Haruhi's impressed by his knowledge and kindness in helping the woman, but Kyoya claims he had an ulterior motive, as the woman he helped is the wife of a very influential man, and her gratitude may be a benefit to the Otoru family in the future. So the devil works hard, Kyoya works harder. They reunite with the other hosts, and after that, they reunite after they do a call on the loudspeaker, like when a little kid is lost at Walmart or HEB. And it really is, it makes Kyoya so mad. But I thought it was pretty funny because they don't know what to do, and they're like, "We lost our child." Um, and they found out that Tamaki has purchased a dog at the shelter and names the dog Antoinette, which very Tamaki to like, we're just gonna go look around and then I have a dog. As Haruhi leaves to go home, she comments to Kyoya that he's really like Tamaki in his dedication to helping people, even though Kyoya pretends not to care. But he's also impressed by her insight and how she can read people really well. And
Hmm.
that's the episode.
It's good. He sees her as an asset now. It's
Yes.
exciting.
An
But
asset
also like, oh
both ways.
no. And then we have one character, and I only put him in here because he doesn't have a name, so he'll never come up again or have a name. So it's for the seller, the guy who sold all of the fraudulent crap.
Yeah.
His English voice actor is John Gramillion, which I think is a very fun name. Um, he plays Lord Townsend in Moriarty the Patriot, Gentle Criminal in My Hero
Uh,
Academia,
I was like, why does that
and
name sound familiar?
and Dracula Mohawk in One Piece. His Japanese voice actor is Ken Uno or Uo. There's no N. I just want to say Uno because I feel like there should be an
I was
N
like, how do
there.
you
It's
get
just
those
a
two different
U.
pronunciations? All right,
It's
personal
just a U
choice.
and an O, and it feels like it should be Uno, and it's not Uo. Uh, and he plays Toru's father in Fruits Basket and Corin in Dragon Ball Super. Oh, and the Galactic King. He also plays the Galactic King in Dragon Ball Super. So yeah,
All these
the
things I don't know. Lovely.
that's fine. That's why I'm telling you, so that in the future, if you
I
ever
can go,
pass
that name
by,
sounds
you can be like,
familiar.
I know that person. And that's only important to me, and I don't care. Here is your Netflix summary for episode 18. Uh, Honey's decision to abandon martial arts and pursue a life of luxury has his intense little brother seething with rage. That's it,
That's it. It's a pretty good summary.
right?
So this is 18. Chica's down with honey declaration. So the episode opens with this guy asking if this is the host club, and then immediately like bursts in and starts dueling Honey which is absolutely sending Honey into a tizzy because no one seems to be reacting to the fact that Honey just got surprise attacked. We learned that it's Honey's younger brother, which is really funny because he's much bigger. And I like that trope. It comes into play in the story. But Honey has a younger brother named Chika. Ha, Honey Nizoka. There we go. I have to like take a breath before I say it. Chica is Chica is known to hold a grudge against Honey because of Honey's Alola Shota lifestyle. You know, be cute, have cuddly things, eat sweets, all that jazz that Honey does. He pulls out a pipe during the fight, which is just like poor Haruhi. This whole fight is like, oh my gosh, weapons! But Honey wins with the sneaky Shuriken attack, which that's just kind of cool.
This is actually Naruto.
Yeah, surprise! Naruto. Shadow Jujutsu. Shadow Jutsu, sorry, not Jujutsu.
Shadow clone jutsu.
Gosh, I'm such a noob at this.
Get
Anyway,
it together.
I'm only on like what episode 10? Actually 11. Did you see the Patreon episode? You know when
The
I
what
said
is?
the Patreon
No.
when we recorded and I was like, we're on
And
episode
we
10.
recorded two completely different episodes because I thought we were on episode 9.
Well, we were supposed to be on episode 9. Apparently, I had watched ahead. I didn't know, and so the title is episode 10, but really we skipped 9. Anyway, so I realized that when I was uploading, I was like, oh, whatever.
Oh, that's
Uh,
awesome.
that's why we're doing our new format for Patreon.
We're just gonna watch the rest of this season, right? For the next episode.
I think so, yeah, because
Okay.
there's
I
only
just
what
wanted
like
to make sure.
13 episodes left in season 1.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll just watch the rest. Since we're apparently on 10. Oops. All
I
right.
love it.
So, um, whenever they meet, family tradition for Honey's family demands a martial arts duel, and typically Honey always wins. Honey also states that the heart of the Hane no Zoka technique is self-restraint, which, as the twins point out, doesn't really seem to apply to the self-indulgent Honey. Chika demands that Honey steer clear of him at school, and after he leaves, Haruhi learns how Honey quit being the captain of the Ouran Karate Club in order to join the host club. Haruhi admits that every family has its issues, but she doesn't understand why Honey chose the host club over the karate club, a much more respectable organization. So the twins share the story of Honey's past when he was captain of the karate club as a first-year Ouran Academy student. So we have this lovely flashback to Honey as a first year when, because of his small stature, his father is concerned that he won't be respected as the eventual family patriarch, and so instructs his son to cast aside all weakness, toxic masculinity, and take hold of his true
Mm-hmm.
strength. Honey agrees and tries to be a manly man, crating away all of his toys, adopting a tough attitude, and giving up all the sweets he loves. Even when like a girl offers him something, he's like, "No, I don't like that." And I was
And
like,
all those girls just like, we must be strong.
"It's so funny."
Cute.
So while still captain, he meets Tamaki, who entices him. This is basically just all these episodes of how they met Tamaki. Which, if I don't get a Tamaki backstory episode, I'm gonna be upset.
You will.
Good,
You
good, good,
will
good.
get
Because
one.
I was like, there's only 6 episodes left. I need one.
I know. You're
So,
about to be so frustrated.
okay. So he meets Tamaki, who entices him to join the host club by promising the adoration of girls, stuffed animals, and all the sweets he can eat. Honey tries to resist without success, especially after Tamaki defines true strength as being completely yourself. Honey then asks his father the definition of true strength, which his father attempts to demonstrate in the dojo. Of course, toxic masculinity has to be fighting. Honey landing a sparring partner in the hospital, which classic. When the Secretary of State to Japan, who is serving as the referee, because I love that Honey is this small animated little character, but they make him like the most powerful character in the series, which is great.
As it should
Witnesses,
be.
When he witnesses this, he begs the boy to never use his martial arts at full capacity in public ever again, worried that the international community would suspect Japan of harboring a weapon of mass destruction, aka he is the Captain America. He has super soldier serum, is what they other people would think, and start a whole war, Sokovia Accords. Anyway, that's when Honey quits the karate club and joins the host club, and Honey's parents begin to raise Chica in a much more stricter manner because they've given up on Honey. Tamaki insists that they must help the brothers reunite, which Haruhi's like, I knew he was going to say that. And she's like dreading it. Of course, they're going to meddle. So they go to the dojo where Chica is now captain of the karate club. They see that he's fawned over by fangirls and obeyed by his students, but the younger Honey Nozoka notices that both groups say that he's good, but not as good as Honey. Chica responds by being really rude to the girls and even harsher with his students. When Hikaru and Kaoru see this, they realize his reactions and they say, like, he's got an inferiority complex and they don't really have interest in trying to help this out. So they scamper off and Tamaki yells at them. Honey arrives and says it's fine as long as Chika-chan grows up to be strong and happy. Oh, Honey does care about Chika. So Chika then confronts them outside, which Haruhi goes, how do we even have a field like this? Because they've never been in a field. They're like in the middle of a city, which I thought was funny. And
William made me coffee.
I saw the excited hands and
And
not paying
I would
attention.
just like to say he froths the milk
Wow.
every day since I have a platform to show people how great my husband is. I just want y'all to know that he makes me cute coffee every morning.
Meanwhile,
He's a good
I'm
boy.
drinking my normal coffee creamer in my hot pocket.
I'm so sorry.
Because
Let
I
me
live
tell you,
alone.
frothy coffee. You make Becky do it.
I hate you. So Haruhi's sitting there like,
That made Will smile. I'm sorry. I love you. I'll make you frothy coffee.
whatever. So
I will. I made you
Haruhi,
soup.
okay. So Haruhi's standing out there in the field and wondering how they even got this field because it's never been drawn near a field. Which I love the fourth wall
Yeah, and
break.
it's just like a random part of the school. Like they're still in the school. She's just like, when did the school get this field?
It's great.
Like, what
I
is
love the fourth
happening?
wall breaks, and nobody like listens to her. Um,
That's perfect.
so Chica confronts them and calls his brother an alien because Honey eats 3 whole cakes for dessert every night and holds a weekly midnight cake fest without ever gaining weight, which I also would be upset about if my sibling. Actually, my sibling can't do that, and it isn't fair. Um, Honey
I was
apologizes to
gonna say that
Chica.
too.
Honey apologizes to Chica for causing so much pain and suffering for him, but won't give up being his true self. To settle the score, Honey and Chica have a martial arts duel. The stakes being that if Honey loses, he will give up his weekly midnight cake fest. Maury's
I like that
confident.
that's all he gives up.
Yeah, like
Like
that's the thing
he's
that's
like, I
causing.
won't eat cake at night anymore.
I
Like he's
think
still gonna eat cake.
I think this is totally a metaphor for being gay.
You do?
Yeah. Like
Why?
his parents are like, oh, he's weak, he's being feminine, and he needs to be cool and all like masculine and all this. But Tamaki's like, be yourself, be yourself. And so Honey's talking about like, I'm gonna be myself. I still love my brother, but I'm not gonna change myself to fit their standard of how I should be. And so this whole fight's like, no, I'm gonna win because I'm gonna always be myself. And because they never outright say that except for Lobelia. But that's what I think it is.
That's interesting. I've never thought about that before. I've never gone any deeper into that. I just see this as like, this is what it is.
It's
He just
Honey's
likes
Pride.
cake.
It's Honey's Pride episode.
I enjoy it. Honey's Pride. We should rename this episode to Honey's Pride. That's the
Honey's
name of this
Pride.
episode. Honey Pride.
Honey Pride. We might just be looking way into it, but I like it.
Who cares? It's nice.
So
I like that.
Mori's confident that Honey will throw the fight for his brother, but Mori discloses in every fight that the two brothers have, Chika uses the techniques that Honey used in the previous match. He's now allowed his brother to practice those techniques, and he adds that a little sibling rivalry is normal, but confidently predicts Honey will allow Chika to win. But much to Mori's sadness and like brokenheartedness, which I loved how they depicted that. Honey does not let him win. He wins in a landslide, and Mori's just standing there like,
He will never give up his nighttime cake.
Nope. Honey's pride.
Eating cake is also code for
Nope. All right, here we go. In the end, Honey considers Haruhi's opinion that if he loves cake more than his brother, he really is a terrible person. And also Tamaki's opinion that true strength means being true to yourself. After he's declared he's going to have a midnight cake fest now 3 times a week. Honey thinks about those
I
two
can't think of
thoughts.
that as not bad.
You ruined this innocent, sweet little thing and made it sexual.
You made it gay, and then my brain was like, gay.
Sexual? Honey thinks about those two thoughts and opinions and then ignores both, stays true to himself, and hugs Usa-chan tightly, saying, I love you. And that's how the episode ends. It's just sweet and innocent.
Sweet. I only have
sweet
one
and
new
innocent
character, which is Chika. In Chika, voice actor is someone that we know.
Oh.
His name is Aaron Dismuke. He's not from Saturday Night Live. And he plays Senku Ishigami in Dr. Stone, who is Dr. Stone. He also plays Tamaki Amajiki in My Hero Academia, Sun Eater.
Oh, it's also confusing to have another Tamaki.
Mm-hmm. He plays William James Moriarty in Moriarty the Patriot. He plays Alphonse Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, the original, not Brotherhood.
Yeah, that's right.
But in Brotherhood, he plays the young version of Von Hohenheim.
Okay.
So we have seen him before. His Japanese voice actor's name was Ki Watanabe, and they didn't have anything. This was all they had done. So meh. In the end. Episode 19, here's your Netflix summary. The hosts take action to rescue Haruhi after Benio manipulates her into taking a lead role in Lobelia's extravagant musical production.
Lobelia.
Lobelia.
Where did my light turn off? There we go. What is happening? Why are you turning off? My lamp hates me all of a sudden. Well, everybody ignore this situation happening.
Everyone ignore Bridget. It's really hard to ignore Bridget, but everyone ignore Bridget. Trying to think of anything interesting happening to me lately to Vamp. Not really. Oh, I didn't tell you this. I stepped down from my manager position at HEB this week.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it was just too much, man.
Wow. Okay. So
I was promised a lot of support, which I never got.
Yeah.
And I don't get paid anymore to do it. And I don't feel like I'm learning anything from it.
You don't get paid anymore.
Because I've been a manager for like 10 years. So it's not like I'm learning anything by doing it. I'm not getting anything from it. So I just stopped.
Yeah, if you're not getting paid more to do it, screw that. Why take more responsibility?
That's a very good question. I've been asking myself for a while, so I did that.
Power to you, dog.
Boundaries. Boundaries.
Boundaries.
There you go. That was my.
It was a good stall.
So incredibly sorry. Please hold.
Oh, now it's my turn. I've had a UTI all week. It's been pretty miserable. Sorry, I distracted you. I was just trying to fill in time. Almost went to urgent care from how bad my stomach has been hurting. Yeah. It's been a miserable week for me. Had a migraine twice, one
Dude,
for
I
three
haven't
days.
pooped all week.
We're
Meant
in
to
the
tell you that too. Like when I
opposite
was in
boat.
the bathroom earlier and I needed time, that's because I was trying so hard. I have not pooped for a full week. It's been 7 days and I want to die.
I took Imodium 3 times this week, so we're in the opposite boat.
Oh my God. Do you want to trade? Because I'm
No,
so bloated. I've gained like 6 pounds of just poop inside of my body
I
that
am
needs to come
also
out.
bloated because I'm trying to rehydrate. It's not easy.
Ah, I hate it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to my body, but it's trying to
We're
go
just
out.
broken.
It's trying to go down. It's trying to.
We're broken and stressed out,
And now
and
we're
it
stressed
makes
out.
us not function correctly. Also, I just want to say, because I had this argument with someone at work, if you claim to not pick your nose, you're a liar.
Yeah.
Everyone in this world picks their nose. You get in your car after work and you shove a finger up your nose. That is a fact. There is
Someone
no
tried to
sane
deny
person in
it.
this world that does not pick their nose.
I
Yeah,
do it in
they're like,
traffic.
ew, that's gross. And I'm like, you're gross because you're a liar. You definitely pick your nose.
You're gross because you're a liar. You're tacky and I hate you. That's basically what you just did to them.
Just need everyone to admit to
I
themselves
pick my
that as
nose.
adult people, we pick our nose and it's great. It's like the best time
Yesterday,
of the day.
I picked my nose and then had to go get a tissue because it was all bloody. And I was like, I had like a blood clot in my nose. And
Yeah,
I was like, bro, what's happening?
bruh, that's how you learn crap. You need to pick your
Your snot
nose.
tells you a lot about your body. Like
It
if there's an
does.
infection, like
Get
props to
familiar with
picking
it,
noses.
man. You go digging for gold up there and you find something cool. That's what I wish for
Now, if you
everyone
eat
listening
it,
to this podcast today. That's different.
that's different.
Don't eat it. You flick it away like a normal human being. You
Yep.
launch that sucker onto the
Or
wall
wipe it
across
when
from
it's
you.
those gooey ones and you're like,
Oh yeah. I still
and
try.
you've
I
like
still
tried to
try to
flick
make
it
it a
like
ball
12 times and
and
you're
it
like,
never fucking works. It
it
never
like just
flipping
rolls
works.
around your finger and you're like, all right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
but
you
you try
just
so hard.
sacrifice the genes.
All right.
There we
Thank you
go.
for everyone for listening to that. Pause is over.
Everyone picks their nose.
Everyone picks their nose. It's a fact.
It is a fact. All right, Lobelia's
Sorry.
Girls Academy strikes back. Lobelia.
Lobelia.
We didn't even practice. All right, the host club shows up at Haruhi's home, the door being opened by a long-haired man with stubble on his chin, and they think they're at the wrong home, which I thought was really funny. They're like, oh, so sorry, wrong door, wrong door.
Like
And they start
Harvey's
to
dad
leave.
is beautiful. We gotta go.
They start to leave only to be rolled, literally like cartoon style. They roll back into the apartment by Ronka in more masculine attire. And they use dated verbs, but they're like, yes, even a trans man has stubble. Trans woman. Um, so Tamaki makes a grand show of greeting Haruhi's father, who promptly takes the bakery box from his hands and steps on his head while apologizing to the rest of the group for his appearance. Um, Ronka says that Haruhi isn't home, that she's out with the girls, and they're all sad about that until Ronka mentions Lobelia, and then they all panic. Um, so at Lobelia, where Haruhi is, they finally managed to kidnap Haruhi and bring her to St. Lobelia's Girls Academy, where they dress her in uniform, which was really funny. Do they give her like a wig? She has like longer hair.
Weird seeing her in that. Uh, well, they give her a wig during the performance, but
She
not
has her
at that
short
moment.
hair. Okay.
Yeah,
And so she's in this dress. I think she's like drawn differently. Anyway, she's in her dress, and they invite her to
she's just
join.
wearing something feminine and it's weird
It's
because it's like actually tight too. Like she has a waist
she has like tights
and she's
on
still
under her
flat as a
dress.
board. So yeah,
So they invite her to join the Zuka Club because a fellow performer broke a leg and can't perform in their show that day. Basically, the Zuka Club's the theater club. She refuses until she learns that Benibara, the main girl, uh, late mother, would be disappointed in her for canceling the show, and she was a Lily League member. So they use the dead mom card to get sympathy because they both have dead
which is
moms.
Haruhi's entire life.
Ugh.
So easily swayed. Poor child. He's
Meanwhile,
so
the host
sweet.
club starts freaking out when they visit Ronka and learn where she's at. They infiltrate Saint Lobelia,
Lobelia.
and
I'm
spy on
sorry.
Haruhi's rehearsal and pretend to be fans of Lady Benibara and her in her fan club in order to get close enough to Haruhi to rescue her. They all suck at being fans except for Ronka, and they're like, "Wow, she is a professional." And it was a great moment. So the host club and Ronka are outside the window watching, and Kyoya expresses that Haruhi doesn't seem to be Lobelia's type. Ronka agrees, but divulges that Haruhi's mom didn't seem to be the type either. But she was a secret Zuka club fan or member, something he didn't discover until he and Haruhi's mother were married and expecting. So she hid it for a long time.
And it freaked him out. He was so
It was
freaked.
so funny when he pulls out the pictures. He's like,
But also, it makes total sense why she was into him
yeah.
because that's like the type of everything she's into. She wanted a more feminine man,
I was in
and she
theater,
got one.
and a lot of my old crushes or dates now have came out as gay, and I'm like, well,
And it's excellent. And
and
we love that. Also, same.
you're like, wow, they can sing, and they can dance, and
I
they're
know.
not into females. Oops.
And then you go on a perfect date to watch
Yep.
Into the Woods and sing theater karaoke together, and you're shocked the next day when they're like, actually, I'm gay. And you're like, oh.
What? And you're
I'm like,
heartbroken.
that was only the best date I've ever had because she treated me with amazing human decency and we're a wonderful, kind human being. And also, you care about your appearance and you're incredibly gorgeous. And this isn't
And you
disappointing at
wore
all. It's totally
deodorant.
fine. I'm very excited for you.
Low bars in high school. You wore deodorant.
Oh my God, right? Like, oh, you brush your hair in the morning.
You believe in hygiene? This is wonderful.
You're not wearing
Anyway.
the same pants you've worn for the last 3 weeks.
You're not a wiener to the weird kid. You are the weird kid. It's great.
You don't
Um,
snap at me to get my attention? Oh my God.
I hate that.
I'm
I
so
do that at
sorry.
Peggy.
Continue.
All right. They learn that Haruhi is a terrible actor when they're spying until she starts singing. And it's amazing. But then they realize she's lip syncing, which I thought was great. But what is the name? I can't think of the name she keeps
Frederick.
saying. Frederick.
Frederick. Frederick Sama. She just
It's
started yelling that, like
oh,
absolutely screeching it.
and the dub, she's like, Frederick,
Oh
Frederick.
God.
So
No, she's
monotone.
like
It's so
straight up
bad.
screaming it. So
That's great. So, as the curtain rises for the show, the hosts are waiting in a side aisle, prepared to rescue her mid show. But then Haruhi appears in costume and stage makeup, and they find that troubling.
much stage magic.
That's how it
So
always was.
much.
So, Ronka remarks how happy and excited she seems, so they decide to wait until after the curtain falls to save her. During the actual show, Tamaki overhears that there's going to be a kiss scene. And then the spotlight shines on the group of males, and Benio grabs Haruhi to her, determined to steal a kiss because she sees that it's all about to be thwarted. And she says a bit about getting revenge. And Haruhi even says, "You're crazy, lady." Like, well, it's great because she is crazy. Tamaki leaps on stage, and Kyoya, in the meantime, has charmed his way into the control room, taking command of the technical console, and has the image of Haruhi kissing Kanako at the dance party from earlier in the season projected onto the stage screen for the whole world to see, thereby thwarting Benibara's hope to steal Haruhi's first kiss. And first kiss to a girl. Haruhi
Beautiful.
jumps and lands squarely on Tamaki, knocking the wind out of him. And Ronka is furious at his daughter. The Zuka Club's on the attack, and Tamaki is incapacitated on the floor. And Haruhi just runs away from everyone, complaining that all she wanted to do today was go shopping. The episode ends with the Zuka Club and the host chasing Haruhi around the stage, and everyone slipping on banana peels. The perfect ending. That's how the last Lobelia's episode, they all fell on banana peels, and I just love that running joke.
Perfect.
Oh my god,
Stupid banana peels. They're pretty funny.
they are.
I don't have any voices. These are all people that we already know.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just gonna give you the summary for the next. It's for episode 20. When Tamaki asks Hikaru and Karu to be inaugural members. Sorry, I like to add B's where they don't belong. Of the host club, they show him just how difficult they can be.
It is true.
Huzzah. That is it.
So episode 20, the twins
Mm.
opened. Another backstory episode. The entire episode's a flashback. So it's a prequel that tells the story about how Hikaru and Karu are convinced to join the host club. So in one of the
We
beginning
get to spend
scenes,
the whole time with their cute little bowl cuts.
oh my
I
gosh,
love their bowl cuts.
which I had at one point. Um, so the opening scene, which we'll go back to at the end of the episode, in middle school, there's a girl waiting for Kaoru in the courtyard. As the twins see her from their classroom window, Hikaru presents himself as Kaoru and asks if the girl would be okay going out with him instead of his twin, to which she says yes, validating that the only thing she cares about is their appearance. Hikaru calls to Kaoru, who shows himself, and they chastise the girl for her superficiality and then also for her bad hair and lousy lip letter. Um, the twins, feeling vindicated, laugh and leave the girl behind in tears. And then Tamaki has been
So mean.
discreetly watching and comforts the girl after they're gone, because Tamaki is a true gentleman. We love Tamaki.
His best boy.
Best
Best
boy.
boy. Tamaki. Facts.
Thanks. So, as children, the twins had a maid they adored, but in reality, she was a thief trying to rob the family safe in the middle of the night, which, of course, that's who they made friends with. The toddler twins tell her that if she could tell who is who between them, they'll give her the combination to the safe, which they keep hidden in their piggy bank because that's totally the safest place. Unable to tell them
Like
apart,
5.
why do they even have it? The combo.
I don't know. They stole it.
Oh my gosh. Unable to tell them apart, the maid breaks open the piggy bank after they fall asleep and robs the family. As she's descending the rope ladder from the upper stories of the mansion, the twins wake up and ask her why she broke her promise. She said that she can't tell them apart, and perhaps no one ever will. This leads to the twins' dysfunctional view of others being untrustworthy unless they can tell the twins apart, which of course no one can, except Haru. When they meet Tamaki in middle school, he asks them to join the host club along with Kyoya, Honey, and Mori. And they agree, provided that Tamaki can figure out which twin is which, and they give him a month to do so. Over time, they grow bored and annoyed with Tamaki and tell him to get lost. They're even really horribly mean to him and say that, like, hey, we know you're the bastard of the family. Like, you were born out of wedlock. And when they said that, I was just like, bruh. Like, that poor boy does not deserve this. So they go back to
Really doesn't.
being mean and selfish and playing tricks on girls who like them and isolating themselves from others. So they're just really creepy twins. Tamaki, despite being dismissed, remains determined and finally figures out which twin is which. They dislike his reason of intuition, but Tamaki helps Hikaru and Kaoru to understand that it's okay to be who they are, just as they are. They don't have to be identical. But if they keep themselves shut off from everyone, they'll never meet the person who really can tell them apart. This impresses the twins, as nothing had since the day their maid declared their likeness as something to be feared. The twins reflect and realize how they made people feel when they acted the way they did. Looking back on that poor girl in the beginning of the episode in the snow who they made cry and couldn't tell them apart, and realizing how poorly they made her feel, and like the first time they feel like, oh, maybe a little bit of guilt for being a wiener. So the first host club meeting is being held on opening day, and the twins are getting ready to enter the host club and standing outside music room number 3, with Kaoru leading the way into sociability with his hand on the door, and Hikaru says, let's open the doors together. And that's the episode.
Okay.
And so it's like a weird backstory, but also shows like why the twins are devious and why they're good at doing what they do, because they used to be absolute menaces, but now they're good menaces.
this show is ridiculous in its character backstories, and then I have to remind myself that it is a spoof of this type of anime,
Hmm.
but it just is so ridiculous. Like
Yeah,
everything is so incredibly dramatic. Um, but that's why it's so good, I guess. Ugh. I don't have any voice actors. They didn't give the Hatchin Maid a name, and then I looked up the actors and they haven't done anything else, so I decided to not care about it. Um, I got nothing. That was it. This is a
wow.
bunch of very meh episodes. Um, but the next ones all get really intense really quickly because we've only got six left.
I know. So, episode 21, Until the Day It Becomes a Pumpkin. Episode 22, Mori Senpai has an apprentice candidate. Episode 23, Tamaki's Unwitting Depression, which scares me. Episode 24, And So Kiyoya Met Him. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited. So it's the next week's the penultimate
I haven't
episode.
shown how Kyoya has met Tamaki yet.
Oh, him is Tamaki.
And
That makes sense.
so Kiyoya met him, and they're best friends, so you know it's
They are.
important. Even if Kiyoya doesn't admit it, and Tamaki abandons him in malls.
Poor thing.
Yeah, you know how it is.
All right. Well,
Um,
then after
yeah,
next week, it's the last two episodes. So this is
and then
it.
we roll for sandwich.
For sandwich?
Have you been watching that guy on TikTok who rolls for sandwich?
No.
Oh, it's great. He uses dice and he rolls to see what his sandwich is going to be that day, and it's always awful. And it's great. We roll for sandwich.
I love that. What do
And
you
oh my
hope that
God,
we roll next?
these animals. I want to watch something I haven't seen. Hold on. I'm gonna look. Like I want to watch something new for me.
I was like, most of this list you made is not new for you.
I know, but that was the point. So I want to watch like what do I want to watch? I'll hold on as I scroll through our crap. Oh my gosh. I want to watch like I could watch Beastars
Okay.
or um Tokyo Revengers I'm interested in. Wonder Egg Priority I never finished, so I still want to see that. I also want to watch Assassination Classroom.
You know what I really want to watch? Spy Family, because I won't watch it right now, even though I really want to,
Oh
because it's
yeah,
on our list.
I would watch Spy Family. I'd also watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah,
I
of course you
love
would.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Michael's like
I
really
love the next
respectful that
season.
he doesn't watch anything that is on our list when I'm over there. But man, he's just
Oh,
always
well,
like,
that's sweet.
he's always like, when are you getting to Spy Family? I was like, dude, I know. I really want to watch it. It drives me
I also
crazy.
really want you to watch Haikyuu.
Are you sitting here editing?
No,
There's spaces on here.
the
Lauren's
spaces are
OC Lauren's
wrong.
OCD-ness was like, there needs to be a space after all these numbers. I just
It
you're live
is
editing
really
the list.
bothering me. I'm so sorry.
That's funny.
I fixed it though.
I was looking and I was like, what is she editing? And I was like, she's putting spaces after the numbers.
You were still on the sheet. Like,
I'm just lurking on here, like, what is she
uh,
doing? That's
I'm
funny.
sorry. I have a problem.
Assassination Classroom would be fun.
But yeah, I want to watch Assassination Classroom. Oh my
Assassination.
God.
Sean
And
Connery.
since it's that time of year, actually, Yuri on Ice would be really
Oh,
great.
you were saying
Um,
Assassination Classroom. I was like,
but I also would like
America.
to watch Spy Family because I stopped watching it when you asked me to, so I've only seen 3 episodes,
Well,
and I
that's
would
very
like
sweet
to
of you.
watch the rest of it. I know, it was really hard. It's really good 3 episodes.
You know what I
Um,
watched the first episode of that is amazing?
mm,
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. Watched the first episode of it too. It looks great.
Michael
I'm
was
glad
like
I didn't read it.
watching it, and I was like, okay. And let me tell you, if that dog does not come back, like if I don't, I get that he's still technically there, but if I don't see him in adorable little dog form, I will.
Oh, cheetah.
I looked at Michael. I was like, "Does the dog come back?" I had like tears
Which
in my
literally
eyes, and I
just
was like,
means
"I need you
dog,
to
just so
spoil
you know.
this." I was like, "Michael, I need you to spoil this for me because I'm about to cry." Does the dog come back? And he was like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "He goes, the dog's not technically. It does. The dog come back?" So upset. He was like, "I need to know. Don't get me addicted to this cute little chainsaw dog, and only for him to go away." That's really upsetting. Poor
How
cheetah.
did you get addicted to him? He was in like this much
Because he
of the
was
show.
advertised in everything before this show started. And he's
Mm.
so
Oh,
stupid
cheetah.
cute. And his little
Actually,
stupid
she's a
little
girl.
face. Oh,
She
well.
is pretty cute.
She's stinking adorable. And when she was angry in the beginning, I was like, look at her,
Just be an
spicy.
angry dog.
And her tail is just like the chainsaw starter. It was a cool
Well, now that's in
episode.
his heart.
Yeah, I like that it's in his chest, like, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
I really enjoyed
Mhm.
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm
First episode
excited.
was great anyway. I have
I'm
not watched
gonna
episode 2 yet.
I'm gonna rewatch the first episode because it just released in dub. I don't know if I'm
I
gonna
think I'm
watch
gonna
it in
keep
sub or
going in
dub.
sub. I don't know.
I just want to hear what their voices sound like in dub, and then I'll decide what I want to do. I don't know who the voice actors are, but that's normally how I
Mm.
decide if it's a new show.
I might watch it in dub just because I love picking out voice actors.
Yeah, you do. You're good at
It's
it.
so
I'm
fun.
just
Oh,
like,
I'm so
that
good
sounds
at it.
familiar.
I love it. I need it.
Oh,
It's an addiction that I have.
ready for a life update? I might be changing my meds.
Oh no.
Not I don't have an appointment
We're not gonna
until
be Lexa Bros
January.
anymore.
Lexapro, man, it's just I've been on it for 2 years and I feel like I'm like always asleep. I'm so tired all the time. It's really affected my energy. And so I need to see
Hmm.
if there's something else. I don't know.
Lexa Bro.
I
No more Lexa Bro.
I was on there for 2 years, dog. But
I know,
I don't
dog.
know. We'll see. We'll see. Some I was talking to someone and like you can with other brands you can combine different ones, so like they were taking something else and then you can take propranolol with it, and I don't know, we'll see. Well, I'll see.
We'll see.
I'll
It'll
see.
be an experience.
It's just like I just need to have more energy. I like feel like I can't function without a nap, and I really don't have a schedule for a nap in the middle of the day,
Yeah, I
so
don't have time. Like I don't get that side effect at all. I have issues sleeping actually, but I've always had issues sleeping.
so have
So
I, but I'm working on that. But I need I like need to not have 12 hours of sleep, which is what Lex Pro makes me feel like I need.
I
And
get
that's a lot.
that.
So
I sleep for like 6 hours and then I'm like, okay,
I wake up every morning at 5 because I have to pee and then kick Peggy out because she's a terror.
kick Peggy out.
Every
That's
night,
evil.
5 a.m.
Ugh,
She starts jumping on things, knocking things down. She knocked down my pin board off the wall the other day, which is very heavy, by the way. Um, she's an absolute menace at 5 a.m. So I go turn on all of her toys in the living room because I had to get her toys because she's a menace and lock her out. We have
that's
this little
evil.
automatic laser pointer that comes on for 15 minutes every hour, keeps her wound up, and then a little motion sensor thing that has like a peekaboo little feather that she chases. But yeah. All right. Well, that's y'all's little scoop into our life.
I was holding in a burp. That was really difficult for me.
But we love anime.
We love you.
Lauren loves burping.
She does. She really, really does. Uh, all right. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye! Thank you for watching Gateway Anime Podcast with Bridget and Lauren. Please remember to like, subscribe, and download our episodes. Remember, we also have a Patreon, so if you want to suggest shows for us to watch, make sure you go visit us. Special thank you to Marjorie McClendon for our artwork and designs, and Drew Griffith for all of our music. We hope to see you again next week.